everyone. This is CA Poonam Pathak, along with CA, our founder CA Kalpana Thakur. We welcome all of you today on the 19th episode of Friday Freed. We started this initiative with a mission and vision to help female members to enrich other soft skills and their hand holding in their career wherever they need assistance. Our founder, CA Kalpana Thakur, is with us today on the 19th episode. Communication Mastery. She is going to take this topic. You know that communication is this kind of skill. If you are good at it, it is your asset. And if you are not good at it, you will always try to escape that I need not to get chance to speak and all, and that at that time it becomes a liability for you. So in every area of field, whenever you are either in a public speaking or in CA practice as well, you need to communicate well to let your client understand well. So each and every area, even no verbal communication, non-verbal communication, and not in only in your professional life, but as well in your personal life, you need to communicate well. So today we are going to learn that skill from Kalpana. So with this, I have privilege to welcome Kalpana and introduce her. CA Kalpana Thakur is a dedicated chartered accountant driven by her passion for training and making a positive impact in the lives of others, which she considers her ikigai. With a profound dedication to public speaking, soft skill training, corporate training, and motivational speaking, she brings over 10 years of extensive experience in the audit assurance domain, having garnered invaluable insight from her tenure with Deloitte. Kalpana currently serves as a partner at Abhishek K. Jha and Company Chartered Accountants. Her journey is characterized by a unique blend of expertise in finance and personal development. Beyond her professional endeavors, Kalpana is also a social activist, a Toastmaster, and a certified trainer committed to empowering individuals and organizations alike. She stands as a seasoned professional with a holistic approach to growth and development. With this, I welcome you, Kalpana, and requesting you to please take charge of this session. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Poonam. A very great evening to all of you. I hope my video and audio is clear and I am audible and visible to all of you. Once again, thank you so much, Poonam, for introducing me and starting the session. She has mentioned that I am the founder. She is one of the co-founder, and both of us are the implementer of the idea our respected CA Dr. Rajkumar Adukia was having to have a community, to have a dedicated group to help specifically female, not only chartered accountants, all of those who have fire in their belly to do something remarkable, something great into their life and reach that goal. That was the thought with which we have started it last year, 11th August 2023. And here we are today. So again, I welcome you all in the today's session of taking very first step towards mastering communication skill. Give me a minute to share my PPT. Is my screen visible to everybody?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes. So here we are. All of you are here in the today's session. So I would like to congratulate all of you that you have taken the very first step, the awareness which is needed to learn any new skill. That awareness is there, and in later part of our session, we will talk about more that what this awareness is and how it is helpful when we talk about taking that very first step when we are talking in embarking our journey to excel in communications skill. Before starting, I would like to have a 1 minute brainstorming. What do you mean by communication? If I can have your answer in the chat box, what do you understand? Communication is a broad term. For me, right now, I am here to transfer the information I'm possessing about how to embark your journey, how anyone can embark their journey if they have desire and will to work upon their communication skill. So, what do you understand by communication skill? If I can have few of the answer, what do you think in the chat box? Expressing your views, Jyoti, yes. Yes, expressing your views. As I mentioned, right now, what I am doing, the steps which I am aware, I am taking from last couple of years to polish the communication skill, my communication skill. I am here to share my thought, my idea, and exchange of this information is what communication is. It includes verbal as well as non-verbal communication. When a child is born, he is not aware of those all those words we are using to communicate. He is not even able to utter a single word. But then also, he or she is able to communicate and to pass the message to the people around them, to their mother, to their father, that they are hungry, they are not feeling comfortable, and how they are doing it. They are doing with the non-verbal mean of communication. Am I right or wrong? When we are talking about communication, there is a research which says whatever we are speaking is only 7% which contributes to what I am going to convey to the people on the other side. And rest, more than 90%, is how I am going to talk about how my whether I'm making an eye contact, what is my body language, what is my voice tonality, and how energetic I am depending upon what I have to communicate. Moving ahead, before starting our detailed discussion, I have few of the steps to discuss with you today, which is essential to start your journey. But before that, I'm here with a video, a very powerful video of Sir Barack Obama that was given in the year 2004. It is a 6 to 7 minute video, summarization of his 18 to 19-minute speech. I'll share the detailed link of this speech in the chat box. Now, listen to this speech of his and observe. Make your notes what he is actually doing to influence the people, those who are hearing his speech. And from last 2 days, I am hearing, I'm watching this speech again and again. First, let's watch it and then we'll discuss further. Is it audible? It is not audible.
It's not audible.
Still no voice.
Yes.
Wait.
When you are sharing the screen, there is an option to start the audio in blue color.
Okay.
Yeah, just do that.
I'm not able to see that option.
Kalpana, you can directly play from YouTube as well.
Okay, I'll do that.
See, as you're choosing the option to share the screen,
Mm-hmm.
there are three options. The second one is in blue. That is the one to activate the sound.
In the right, optimize for video clip.
No. When you're selecting the screen share options,
Yeah.
in the screen share option, it will give you a blue dot. That blue dot is for the sound. When you share your screen, you click on first start now. So when you start now, then it will ask you that there's a blue dot there.
I've selected the PPT screen and then there is an option of share.
No,
I'm
not
not
from
able-
PPT screen, from your Zoom screen. Zoom.
Okay, Zoom.
हाँ, जैसे आपने Zoom में अभी PPT शेयर किया ना, वैसे ही वहाँ पे आपके पास ऑप्शन होगा to share the screen with audio. Screen with audio.
Requesting everyone to please mute. There is a noise from the background.
As you chose the option to share the screen, exactly there you will find that option in blue that also share the audio.
बाहर जीनू वही ना वो वेफल और भैया इन दो चाचा जैसा ले लीजिए रखा है ऑर्डर में बाहर रखी है विनती ने प्लीज कर देना ना
As a host, you can mute anybody. You can mute anybody as a host. Just mute them.
Sefali ji, Rekha ji, please mute yourself. There is noise from background.
I'll just
See, as you are
save
sharing the
this from-
screen, screen
Mhm.
for this PPT, just stop that sharing and
Okay.
then start sharing again and choose sound during that screen share option.
I'm not getting the option of sound, but
When you're selecting that option to share the screen, there only you will get that option.
I've selected the screen and
Hmm.
now share sound.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, and आप इनको co-host बना दो and let her take control of the other things.
Okay.
Yeah. So Poonam, now you take care of the audience and other things. किसी को म्यूट करना तो म्यूट कर देना जो भी करना है and let कल्पना carry on. ठीक है?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Super.
Thank you so much.
Barack Obama in 2004 was totally unknown. people were saying, I don't know who this guy is. I wonder why they picked him.
He had this reputation as a bit of an upstart, as sort of a young, rising figure in the party, but no one knew who this guy was. This was his chance to introduce himself to people.
Tonight is a particular honor for me because, let's face it, my presence on this stage is pretty unlikely. My father was a foreign student, born and raised in a small village in Kenya.
What makes a great political speech is if you can somehow fold your story into this larger American story.
The next thing he says is about his mother's family. His grandfather fought in World War II. He used the GI Bill. They settled in Kansas, so white people could say, he's just like us.
My parents shared not only an improbable love, they shared an abiding faith in the possibilities of this nation. I stand here knowing that my story is part of the larger American story, that I owe a debt to all of those who came before me, and that in no other country on earth is my story even possible.
Going into this speech, we've had 4 years of George Bush, and we felt as a country like we've grown further apart.
2004 was very much a divisive partisan race. Obama's speech is in some ways an antidote to that.
Alongside our famous individualism, there's another ingredient in the American saga, a belief that we're all connected as one people. If there is a child on the south side of Chicago who can't read, that matters to me even if it's not my child. If there's a senior citizen somewhere who can't pay for their prescription drugs and having to choose between medicine and the rent, that makes my life poorer even if it's not my grandparent. It is that fundamental belief, I am my brother's keeper, I am my sister's keeper, that makes this country work. E pluribus unum, out of many, one.
He gives a speech that presages his entire political message of 2008, which is this sort of post-partisan argument.
Now, even as we speak, there are those who are preparing to divide us. The spin masters, the negative ad peddlers, who embrace the politics of anything goes. Well, I say to them tonight, there is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America.
Obama was born with two great gifts. One is his mind, and the other is his ability to speak to large groups of people.
There are 3 things that Obama does that really makes that speech effective. He wants concrete detail. He likes story, and he loves antithesis, the use of repetition and structure to show contrast. There is not a liberal America or a conservative America. There is one America.
There is not a black America and a white America and Latino America and Asian America. There's the United States of America. The pundits like to slice and dice our country into red states and blue states, but I've got news for them too. We worship an awesome God in the blue states, and we don't like federal agents poking around in our libraries in the red states. We coach Little League in the blue states, and yes, we've got some gay friends in the red states. We are one people, all of us pledging allegiance to the Stars and Stripes, all of us defending the United States of America.
The way he uses his hands, he actually points a lot and does a lot of this and a lot of this and a lot of that.
In doing so, he gives off this sense of energy. I am new, I'm someone who is dynamic.
And he doesn't do that so much anymore. He's a little more solemn and reserved when he gives speeches today, but I think it's more reflective of his office.
In the end, that's what this election is about. Do we participate in a politics of cynicism, or do we participate in a politics of hope? It's the hope of slaves sitting around a fire singing freedom songs. The hope of immigrants setting out for distant shores. The hope of a young naval lieutenant bravely patrolling the Mekong Delta. The hope of a mill worker's son who dares to defy the odds. The hope of a skinny kid with a funny name who believes that America has a place for him too. Hope in the face of difficulty. Hope in the face of uncertainty. The audacity of hope.
His appearance at that convention which was the best speech of the convention, better than John Kerry's, was electrifying. And without it, he wouldn't be president.
I think sincerity means a lot. There are people who, when they speak the truth as they see it, and they're very effective doing that.
I believe this country will reclaim its promise, and out of this long political darkness, a brighter day will come. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you.
अटेंड का कर रहे होगे ना? ठीक है, मैं वहाँ देके आती हूँ.
All right. So everybody is with the video. What is your take when you have heard him addressing the crowd?
I like the energy from which he is speaking.
Yes, energy. Can I have your answers, all of your answers? What is your takeaway in the chat box, please?
He expressed himself.
He expressed himself.
What the country is looking for and where he looked the country.
Yes, and how he was doing it. Common ground from his personal life and to that community at large, to that country at large. That whatever technique he was using, what was his purpose? Why he was doing it? To influence the people, yes, and experts of the politics says that was the foundation when Obama entered into the politics, and that was the stone, the winning foundation stone. That speech did its work. Now, my question to all of you, that why you want to work upon your communication skill. Can I have some answers? Why, what you are looking for, and why you are here? If you know there is a skill and you want to polish, what is your purpose? What is your why? To present myself effectively, Sonia. Yes. When we talk about, yes, Pinaki says to communicate effectively. Yes. And why we want to communicate effectively is when we talk about communication, as I have mentioned, transferring the information, transmission of information from one to one and one to many. That's what the communication is? Right. Right. And no matter where we are, in this world when we exist, we all are social animals. And when it comes to getting our work done, no matter in which area you are, at which stage of your life you are, communication comes into picture, and it has to play a major role when we talk about influencing the people around us, winning in your journey. Be you talk in terms of giving an interview and job interview, a presentation in your office, that conversation, that one-on-one conversation with your boss about your appraisal, or like right now I'm doing, giving the presentation of the area of your expertise, or the way we have just saw a speech by Sir Barack Obama to address the people of America. Like right now, our Prime Minister is doing to connect with the people, right? Not only in professional front. I'm mother of two small kids. When it comes to not handling them, when it comes to interacting with them, when it comes to interacting with our life partner, with our family member, with our friend, take few seconds, pause and think. Is not communication everywhere comes into play? And what if we will be pro at it? We will be expert in getting our work done the way we want. And the weapon is communication. Where to say, what to say, क्या बोलना है, कितना बोलना है, कब बोलना है, and that's what is the communication is. Yes or no? Type in the chat box if you are agreeing to what I'm saying. सही बोल रही हूँ या गलत बोल रही हूँ? I am observing it. We'll talk later on. The stage where I am right now, I feel like everywhere there is communication that pops in. So I'm having some answers in the communication that work. Yes, yes, yes. So with that, what is our agenda? Every time when I deliver a session, I keep it simple and practical. The procedure and steps I'm following with little research. So that's what I'm talking about, my life experience, what I'm doing, what I'm experiencing. So what is communication we have discussed and why it is important. Just now we have brainstormed that point as well. Now we will learn and discuss what are the stages of learning and from where to start your journey. And we'll talk about 3 steps: immersion, visual mental rehearsal, and play the game. At the end, a basic and yet very important bonus tip from me to all of you. And with that, we will conclude our today's session. So let's begin. Due to that technical issue of voice.
इधर आओ आप लोग
Before starting any journey, wherever we want to reach, how we start? Can anybody tell me? You have the picture on your front. हम अभी कहाँ पर है वो पता करना होता है ना. If you are using Google Map, what you do, you put your current location, then you mention where you want to reach. Then Google will showing you different ways to reach your destination, and it is up to you which route you have to take. Exactly, for any process, and specifically the process of mastering your communication skill, it is important to know where you are right now. Because without that awareness, how we will be able to start that journey? कहाँ से शुरू करना है? What step you have to take? कहाँ जाना है? So first, try to understand where you are at which stage of learning. So here, anybody knows what are the stages of learning except Pinaki and Sunita? Okay. So there are 4 stages of learning: unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence. So what is unconscious incompetence? If I will give you the example of learning driving, 4-wheeler driving, I'll give you the example of my life. 2-3 years back, when I used to travel through our own car, my husband used to drive, or if I was using the commercial vehicle like Uber, Ola, or any bus, say for example, I was commuting, reaching out to my destination, but I was not thinking about the skill of driving, not emphasizing, not giving importance to it, even being not aware that yes, it is there, someone is pro in driving, that's why I'm able to commute safely on time, I'm reaching on my destination. That is unconscious incompetence. आपको पता ही नहीं है कि ये skill exist करता है, and you are not even aware that this skill is there. So I was driving, मैं गाड़ियों में जा रही थी, but I was not aware कि yes, the one who is driving this car is pro. That person has learned it. So that is unconscious incompetence. There is a skill, but you are not aware that it exists. Then the second stage is conscious incompetence. Again, taking the example of my driving. In the year 2022, at the end of 2022, I felt like there is a need to self-drive my car because I've started stepping out of my home after my kids was उनके होने के बाद वो थोड़े बड़े हो गए. Then I've started stepping out more, and I felt like there is a more dependency. And then I've realized that yes, I should learn driving by myself. That is, but I was not knowing, I've not started learning it. So in the second stage, now I'm aware of the skill, but I don't know that skill. I'm not started learning it. And the third and very important stage is conscious competency. From last 1.5 years, I am learning it, and I've reached to the level when it is difficult to drive at the same time, take care of the gear, then take care of the clutch, accelerator, and brake. And when someone asks me anything, it is a kind of a troublesome situation that sab kuch saath mein kaise dekhu. That is the third stage where most people give up. When I talk, coming back to our topic, communication, most of us may be at the third stage. Fourth stage is, if we take example, Sir Barack Obama. Most of us, हम देखते हैं अच्छी speeches, influential speeches, we get influence and वाह क्या बोल रहा है. I also want to reach that level. But that person who is there at level 4, he has been gone through all of these 3 stages. To master in any of the area, any skill set, it takes 5 to 7 years. Someone who is at the top 10% of that particular field, that person would have definitely been started from the bottom 10%. And it is the choice of every individual person that how they take this learning journey ahead. So my question to all of you, where you guys are finding yourself in the stage 2, where you are conscious, but you are not putting your effort to gain that competency, or you are in stage 3, that you're putting so much effort, you're practicing. Any answer? Or am I audible properly? Am I making sense to all of you? बातें मेरा जो communication है वो transmission आप तक हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? सोनिया से stage 2. Okay. I have mentioned a word about when we talk about stage 2, there is enlightenment which happens. जो मैंने कहा कि stage 1 में पता ही नहीं है कि skill exist करता है. And as Sonia mentioned, she is in the stage 2, means now that awareness, that stage of awareness की अब पता तो है कि yes, there is a skill. कुछ लोग हैं, those who are doing it flawlessly, and I want to reach there. If I give you my life example, if you have attended my previous session of limiting belief, I have mentioned I am a product of one of the slum of Mumbai. In the 10 years of my life, 10 years of schooling, I was in one of the slum of Mumbai. My schooling was done in one of the Hindi medium government school. Maybe it was the circumstances and the surrounding because of which from the early age, I was aware that mastering communication skill is there. कुछ लोग ऐसा है जो बहुत अच्छी तरीके से बोल रहे हैं and the people around them are getting impressed. So Kalpana was knowing that thing. She was there at the second stage, but I was not reaching out to the third stage. I have not started working on the stage 3. So it's from last 3 years when after that awareness turned into action, and I'm here today to share my experience that how from that awareness I'm into journey of, I will say, not stage 4, stage 3, I would say, because today when that glitch had happened, instead of being calm, wo aise ho raha tha ki, oh, now the time is wasted, and the audience, it is the start of the session, what will happen? So how this will be taken away and the things will settle down at the stage 4. Moving ahead, first step when we talk about, हमने बात कर ली why, what is communication, why it is important, and what are the stages. I hope all of you are clear that you are at which stage of when it comes to being pro with your communication skill. And now there are 3 steps for every beginner who want to polish, who want to sharpen their saw of communication to have that power of influence. Biggest power of influence, I must say, communication is immersion. And what immersion is? Here, I would like to say, share a small story of a disciple and a teacher. Anyone heard of this story? गुरु और शिष्य की एक कहानी है छोटी सी. Okay, I'll move ahead. I don't have much time actually to wait for your responses. So there's a story of a disciple and a teacher. In a small village, there was a teacher and he was very influential. He is actually teaching the secret of success to people around him. People used to come from long distance to get learning from him. So one of his disciples came from long distance. He has done the journey, completed the journey of 2-3 days. And when he reached in the village of his teacher, it was early morning, and the teacher was taking bath in the river of that village. And when the disciple, he reached near that river, he was so happy and excited that finally he met his teacher. He shouted that, "Teacher, I'm here to learn the secret of success from you." Little annoyed with his question and timing, he felt like, let him teach this lesson right here. He told him, if you want to learn that lesson, come here near me in this river and I'll tell you what that secret of success is. That disciple entered into the river. When he reached near his teacher, what he did, he captured his neck and he pushed him into the deep water. Unable to understand what is happening, that disciple was breathless inside the deep water. He is actually struggling to release from the catch of his teacher. After a minute of struggle, he was able to push his hand out and he was out of water, gasping, panting, and he was almost breathless, on the verge of dying, and he got his breath back. And his teacher asked how that experience was, how badly you wanted to come out of that situation. He said, desperately, it was a question of my life and death. Teacher said, that's the secret of success. When you want to succeed exact in a manner, when you wanted to come out of the water for your life, if you will have that eagerness, that fire, that desperation in your belly, that is the time you will succeed. All of us are gathered here. We are discussing what communication is, what the stage is, and what the step is. After finishing our discussion, some of you will take action and some of you will forget about it. The question is how desperately you want to make that change happen into your life. When I talk about immersion, the very step is the having that urgency to learn and excel in this skill, not from today, not from tomorrow, not from day after, but from now, from this very moment. When I have realized that I want to work upon this skill, we will talk later in detail that what the step I am following and what the result I am getting, but there is still more to do. But first, write it down. If you want to be pro in this skill, डूब जाना है आपको इसमें. Here again, one lesson, one learning, a story I want to share from Mahabharata. In the teaching of archery, when Guru Dronacharya called all the Pandavas and Kauravas and Pandavas, and there was a bird on the tree. He wanted to shoot in the eye of that bird. He asked everybody the same question. What you are able to see? Everybody was saying we are able to see the tree, its branches, its leaves, the sky, body of that bird, its neck, blah, blah, blah. The only answer which Dronacharya was looking after came from Arjun, that Guruvar, I can only, मुझे सिर्फ मछली की आंख दिखाई दे रही है. तो आपको कम्युनिकेशन में मास्टरी करनी है, तो इसके साथ साथ आपको और क्या दिखाई दे रहा है? If you have been there somewhere to learn, are you doing that learning exactly? या फिर that focus is not there at your end? So immerse into the process of learning. You have to give your heart and soul to the process. Do the learning from all front of read, write, watch good communicators. Like the video I've shared with you from yesterday, I've watched it so many times and still I feel like to hear it once more. Jaisi Sangat Vaisi Adat. Have the group, a like-minded people group like Toastmasters, where you will get the opportunity to practice. After immersion, the second step is visual mental rehearsal. We have talked about immersing ourselves in the process, reading, writing, listening, watching. So everything that step we have to do to learn it. But when I was talking, I've taken my previous session on limiting belief. Those who were there in the session, everything starts from here. So you will do the work, that learning at your end, but at the same time, is your mind trained? What we have to do every day, you have to set aside few seconds, breathe, take deep breath, relax, and visualize that situation, which is your why. We have discussed at the start of the session, आप यहाँ पे क्यों आए? That job interview, that presentation, that conversation with your boss, that public speaking assignment, whatever it is. Visualize that you are doing that flawlessly. Your audience is enjoying every moment, every word uttered from your word. They are laughing, not at you, with you. They are enjoying. They are making sense and getting 200% value of their every single minute, every single second they are spending listening you. When your mind will not be ready, what happens? No matter what is your preparation at what level, when the time will come to perform, आपका दिमाग ready नहीं है, वो performance नहीं आएगी. Why? Because जो यहाँ पे चलता है ना पूरी बॉडी में धीरे धीरे वही रेप्लिकेट होता है. So there is a need of hard work at the same time working on our mindset and practicing this. I myself is the best example of this visual mental rehearsal. Few days back, I'm a chartered accountant by profession. I got a message, LinkedIn message from one of my GMCS batchmate. She texted, I still remember that girl from with long braid, very shy, an introvert, and I'm really mesmerized the way you have embarked your journey, the kind of things you are doing right now. So how it happens? I share, last year I have joined Toastmaster in July 2023. That's what my sharing I am doing with the fellow Toastmaster is every day at the start and before closing my day, I tell myself, I visualize that I am delivering a session to thousands and thousands of people. There is a small park in front of my house. I stand on the in the balcony and assume that वो park पूरा लोगों से भरा हुआ है and everybody is there to hear me, my deliberation to them. And it is actually working. I am witnessing that change in myself, my attitude, my preparation, and it will work for you. एक ही इसमें क्रक्स है कि जब आप बोल रहे हैं, आर यू बिलीविंग इन इट? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द वर्ड विल बिलीव. दुनिया किसी बात को समझे और माने कि कल्पना की बात में कितना दम है, कल्पना खुद उस बात को मान रही है क्या कि यस आई एम मेकिंग सेंस, आई हैव द पोटेंशियल टू चेंज life of the people, I have the potential to help people understand what from where to start if they want to master their communication skill. So the second step is visual mental rehearsal. Start visualizing where you want to reach. And the third is play the game. डूब गए पूरी तरह से सीखने में, कम्युनिकेशन को विजुअलाइज भी कर रहे हैं दिन और रात, लेकिन एक्शन यू आर नॉट टेकिंग, यू आर नॉट प्लेइंग द गेम. नो मैटर कितना मैं वीडियो देख लूं गाड़ी सीखने की, पढ़ लूं किताबें गाड़ी कैसे चलानी है, द मोमेंट आई विल नॉट स्टार्ट ड्राइविंग दैट कार बाय माई सेल्फ, आई विल नॉट लर्न. जब तक सड़क पर ट्रैफिक में लेके निकलूंगी नहीं, I will not able to drive. Are you guys listening? Type yes in the chat box. Considering the time, my pace is little faster, but type yes if you are able to make sense what I'm trying to say. Yes, Sonia saying yes. Thank you so much. सीखना है, माइंड पर भी काम करना है, but at the same time you have to grab the opportunity, you have to start playing the game to know where you are standing. If I will take example of this very session, it was there in my to-do list from last 1 year. I have to come up with the sessions on this in the series of communication, public speaking, but it was not happening. I was waiting for the getting rest of the things in place. My office work will settle, my kids will be settle, सब मतलब सारा situation perfect हो जाएगा, then I'll get the time to do it. 2 weeks back, grateful for the community I am with. A few of them are here. So I have started playing the game. And here I am, all of you are listening, so start playing the game. So that was the 3 step. And when I'm talking about that bonus tip, immersion, working on your mind, and third is start taking action. Grab every opportunity when you get to speak, where you get the opportunity to express yourself. Here, I would like to say one more example. I have my YouTube channel. It is not yet got the million subscriber, but it was started in December. I've heard one of the motivational speaker, and that talk was on public speaking. He said, start speaking, if you are not having audience, start recording your video and start putting it on social media. So if you will go and observe my first video and the video which I have uploaded recently, there is a tremendous change in the way I am speaking, in my surroundings, and the quality of the video. So start practicing, start playing the game, and this will happen only when you will have your action plan to do so. कि क्या करना है आपको, वो जो हमने रास्ते की बात करी थी, where you are and where you want to reach, and that path, how it will be and what action you have to take. Here again, I would like to give you my example. As I was mentioning, this series of learning communication, public speaking, I wanted to do from last 1 year, but I was not doing. And right now, 1 week back, I have my action plan. And here it is that every week I'll be coming up with a video on the topic which is there in your public speaking, communication, storytelling. Why I'm telling you, have your action plan ready. Here we considering the time, and here we are to discuss the initial step from where to start your journey. So we will not delve into detail ki aur kya karna hai aur kya nahi karna. Maybe we will discuss in the later session, but have your action plan. And after this, attending my session, after getting over of this session, start taking action with having a clear-cut blueprint of your actions. अब इतनी सारी मैंने चीजें बता दी. One thing I would like to say when it comes to concluding the session, law of paying price. कुछ भी सीखना है हमें, कुछ भी नया करना है, we have to sacrifice, we have to learn, we have to devote time. Here again, I will give my example from last 1 year. I have not taken break even on weekends. I'm glad that this Sunday I have decided that I'll take a digital detox. I'll break, because when either I'm working on my profession or training assignment or with my kids, or there is a Friday fleet session going on or some speaking assignment. So मेरे पास भी option था. Most of the people, when they come across me, they say, Kalpana, हमें भी join करना है Toastmaster. Then when I share the meeting details with them, so their answer is this meeting happens on Sunday. One day only we get the chance, we get the opportunity to spend with our family, to relax. Bhai seekhna hai na, that day when you will be relieved with every responsibility, that day will never come. You have to find your time. If you want to learn, if you want to excel any skill, and even if it is communication skills, so ready rahiye to pay that price of sacrifice. At the end, हमने बात कर ली सारे stages की, immersion, visual mental rehearsal, and playing the game and having your action plan. अब ये चीज आप शुरू करेंगे at the start only. When you will start speaking, ऐसा नहीं होगा कि there will be magic and people will be mesmerized when you will open your mouth. This process will take time. Everybody who is right now at stage 4, he would have been gone through all of those 3 stages. So have patience and work upon your target. With that, I would like to conclude and wish you all the very best to embark your journey in excelling your communication skill and sharpening your saw, that having that power of influence. Thank you so much. And now I open the forum for question and answer. If you guys have any to ask, and would love to hear your feedback.
Thank you. It was a very nice session. Very inspiring session, and definitely we'll do some work towards improving ourselves in this field.
Thank you, Jyoti. Some work nahi, that you should have a plan कि क्या करना है exactly.
Sure, ma'am.
And here I am sharing the link of that video of Barack Obama, the whole speech. If you guys like it, if you want to have a look at it, you can go through it. Anyone would like to ask any question?
Like in your stage 1, stage 2, I think unconscious competence, then conscious incompetence. So, conscious incompetence I know, but somewhere lacking due to some physical deficiency, or you may something. So, how to overcome that?
So you are right now at conscious incompetency, right?
Correct. Yes.
And you are lacking in which term? You are not getting time to work upon your
physically, like you may say bodily, or for any reason.
Okay, for physically.
For any
okay,
means,
some
for
health.
any other work, not only related to our profession, for any other work. Suppose this is a communication class, scaling on that. So I would like to communicate on the same and let be enlightening on this. Like, चलो ये प्रोफेशनल वर्क ठीक है, we can do sit and go, कहीं बाहर नहीं जा पा रहे, it's okay, कोई भी कारण से.
अच्छा, you are not able to step out of your home. That's
I can step out, but due to some deficiency in my leg, there is some setback.
Okay, so in that case, Jyoti, right from sitting at your home, you can do, and when it comes to practicing, there are online clubs. If I mention about Toastmasters, there are online Toastmasters clubs are there, and similarly, there are other platforms as well where you can practice the first and the basic थिंग, जो कि जिसमें कहीं जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, कोई ग्रुप की भी जरूरत नहीं है. रिकॉर्डिंग आवर ओन सेल्फ, खुद को रिकॉर्ड करिए. एनी टॉपिक, टेक रैंडम टॉपिक ऑन विच यू वांट टू स्पीक, दैट मोनोलॉग जिसे कहते हैं. स्टार्ट स्पीकिंग ऑन इट, रिकॉर्ड योरसेल्फ एंड हियर दैट रिकॉर्डिंग. सुनिए, फिर नोट डाउन वेयर यू आर लैकिंग, कहाँ पे और काम हो सकता है, एंड अगेन record yourself. Like, I will give you example. Whenever I have to take any session, what I do, whatever I have to say and share with the audience, I practice that twice or thrice. Similarly, that wo mock session कहते हैं ना, I take mock session of my this 1 hour. I did it twice or thrice from the morning. So similarly, any topic, say for example, if you want to deliver technical session on the CA topics, right? So you will prepare for it. अभी you are not, let's take an example कि अभी कोई platform नहीं है, तो खुद को record करिए और सुनिए. And we are in a position, we are chartered accountants, we will be able, no matter for a moment, forget about the degree also. हमें कहाँ पे improvement की जरूरत है, हम खुद को फिर से सुनेंगे, we will get to know. When I was talking about recording my YouTube video, I was not getting many views or subscribers, but I was my own critic. I was looking at it. I got to hear from few of the close people, but when I went back and look at those videos, I got to know कि yes, हाँ, कहाँ पे क्या काम करना है, what was not there, and where to work. And over and above that, if you want, we can connect personally as well. ठीक है? All the very best. I hope I have resolved your query.
Hi, Kalpana.
Hi, Shifali.
So enjoyed the speech today. Only thing what I would like to know something about Toastmasters Club. If you can share in brief regarding how the duration of the total course at Toastmasters, and
we will connect after the meeting to discuss it in detail, considering the timing of other participants
okay.
here. Okay, I hope there's not any problem. Anyone else who would like to share anything or ask any questions?
Hi, Kalpana ji. Nikhil this side. I
Hi,
would
Nidhi.
actually, I would like to uh, give an affirmation क्योंकि मैंने आपके वीडियो स्टार्टिंग से देखे हैं and I can actually see there is a huge shift in the way you are giving a deliberation.
Yes.
And definitely जो आप बोल रहे हो ना, that is very true because if anyone would see, they will be able to identify कि पहले the deliberation used to be slow. Now it is way more confident, way more clear than before. And this is very much visible and it comes with practice only. हम मतलब when someone is listening to you, they are just listening to you and watching your face expressions. उसमें even if आपका leg का support थोड़ा कम है, तो भी आपका काम चल जाएगा at least for the video recordings, या अगर आप YouTube पे या किसी और social media पे अपना recording करके डालना चाहते हैं तो. And there has been phenomenal speaker. उनके legs नहीं हैं, उनके hands नहीं हैं, and people are still willing to listen to him madly. He's
Nick
such a
Vujuki
beautiful
is one of
speaker.
the biggest example. Nick Vujuki.
Yeah, he's such a beautiful
Is what
speaker.
my
So we can definitely
basic
get
question was,
inspiration from
even
him.
though the people know their conscious incompetence, they know. But if they are lacking there, where they have to work on, they know. Means Kalpana ji has explained very nicely that we have to, with the practice, with the means we have to look for the solutions.
Right, absolutely right. And if you think about it, you will definitely find solutions to it.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay, so I've created a WhatsApp group. As I have mentioned, I'm coming up with a series of webinars on these areas: communication, public speaking, storytelling, and publicly I've shared that group link here first time because I thought first I'll do with my audience in the today's session, then I'll share with others. So if you would like to learn with me, be part of those future session, please join that link. It is there in the chat box. Power of Influence, the name of that group I've created. With that, again, I'm asking if anyone is having any question. Yes, Bharat ji is sharing detail of Toastmasters. Yes, thank you so much, Bharat ji. And I think with that, we are good to close. Thank you so much for being there and listening so patiently. Gratitude from the bottom of my heart. Okay, so Poonam, are you there? Poonam or Sita for the formal vote of thanks? Okay, not a problem. So, yes, Sita, so go on. We are concluded.
Okay, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, sorry for not being able to switch on the video. There is some issue. Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, we must applaud Kalpana ji for coming up with this session, for coming up with this idea, because this is an in-demand skill. So, I mean, no praise can be too high for you. आपकी जितनी भी तारीफ की जाए कम है. For coming up with this session, it was so beautiful, and there were so many key takeaways. Why I applaud you so much, because I myself have experience of seeing a lot of people who, who couldn't crack an interview just because they couldn't express themselves. Those were very good students, but they couldn't answer just because they lacked the communication skills. Even at my branch, even when I ask someone to read a speaker's profile, they feel so diffident. They're like, no, please ask someone else. We won't be able to do that. There's so much of stage fright. Even the accomplished speakers, when the accomplished members, they sort of shy from doing this, because I think the problem is like the unconscious incompetence. So they probably never acknowledged the importance of communication skills. And now I guess they're at the second stage. Now they realize that it is a skill to be acquired, but probably they feel that it is too late for them to acquire. But if they keep attending sessions like this, then probably they'll start improving. And there were so many key takeaways. Like I said, you came up with such nice anecdotes. And one of the most important things was like, it takes time. You can't possibly improve overnight, but just by attending a few sessions. It's not going to happen that way. You have to practice yourself. And visualization, that struck a chord with me like anything, because I keep doing that a lot. I imagine a lot of people in front of me, and I keep practicing that. So that's one of the best ways of practicing. And yeah, the last thing, the thing that you concluded with, that you have to pay a price. If you really want to learn something, you have to pay a price. The price could be like a time with family or your profession or anything. If you really want to acquire a skill, then you have to put in the effort, and you should be willing to pay the price. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming up with a wonderful session. And I must thank all the participants as well for staying throughout the session. And we look forward to more such important deliberation from you, Kalpana ji. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Sita, for vote of thanks. With that, we conclude our today's session. We will meet next in the upcoming 20th episode of Friday Fleet. And I hope you have joined our community. Thank you so much. Good day. I wish you all the very best to embark your journey, to sharpen your saw and have your weapon of influence. Thank you.